Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Daryl, aka the D from the Simply Incredible podcast, but you guys knew that because you're already here with my good friend. Hi, Leia.
What's up, D?
What is up?
D?
And I finally got it figured out. I have to point to the opposite side.
Yeah, it's always different.
And Stone Cold.
Going out. Now I know what problems they had in Hollywood Stars when they used to do that.
Yeah.
Squares, Hollywood Squares.
Squares. We need to have a game show with that, man. Have like 9 people on.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Man, you had to mention that. And now I'm sad again. I'd almost gotten over last night's video. The boy who had 7.
Yeah.
With his retirement, man, that makes me so sad.
He's not going away completely, man. He'll be in and out. He's actually he's leaving for a great reason, man.
Totally, 100% agree. It's just I love the seeing him and always get that big bright smiling face and awesome guy.
Probably the best smile on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
it smells like from.
But now he's not going to be doing 12 Days of Christmas this year, right?
No.
Sucks, man. That was so awesome last year.
Yeah, it was.
I think he needs to get rid of some of those 9.8s just because.
Just because. Hey, I won a 9.8 on that show last night,
and I was upset about it. Hey,
what do you mean you were upset about it?
Hey, Remo.
What's up, Remo? Oh, I like this.
I wanted to win that book.
Oh, I like that, man. He's a little closer. I like that look.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
Yeah. I like that setup, though.
Mm-hmm.
So why were you upset?
Oh, no, I was joking. I wanted to win the book. I was like, how late won it? That's all right.
You know how I won that? Oh, we hear that, Remo? Did we hear that? Was that Remo or was that Steve?
I think it was Steve moving his camera.
Oh, okay.
I was moving around I was messing with something. What was it, a question or was it trivia?
It was a question.
It was trivia. Kavi, NYC, he put up a video the day before. And when I watch the video, I always look at subs. So that's how I didn't even look. I just remembered how many subs he had the day before, and that's what I just went boom, boom, boom. And that's how I got it. I just got lucky. I didn't have to go look. And thank God it was still, pretty accurate. So yeah. I got it.
I thought that was an awesome book for you. I was like, man.
What book was it?
Venom 27, the Peach Momoko Virgin variant.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a fan of Peach Momoko, but that looked really cool.
That one looks cool. That one, I'm he's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Hey, post a picture on IG so I can see it. I don't remember which one it is. I know I've seen it probably though.
I will as soon as it gets here. It was actually an awesome. Daymares put it up in the show. So thank you, Daymares. That was awesome.
Yeah. And then that someone else won a metal painting.
Puff. It was the Florida crew that won.
Yeah.
Stay Puff won it.
Where's my shit?
I know. I live in Virginia. I get nothing and have to like it.
But I wasn't talking.
But look, I started. I didn't even do Inquiry Minds. I canceled it just to watch that. I was watching from the beginning. That didn't happen until like an hour and 45 minutes in.
Yep.
And then I was like, dude, I got to get out of here, man. I've been here 2 hours already, right? But I was watching. I didn't want to jump in. And then I saw when I put, hey, good night, everybody. Matt, I wish you the best. Biggie puts, oh, you win a book and now you leave? And I'm like, dude, I've been here for 2 hours, man. Come on.
Hey, you know what he's mad.
No, he always has to freaking.
Right. Hialeah, we talked about that. When Biggie don't win something in the universe. Hey, he voted against my book, my ASM 14 signed by Stan Lee in one of the contests. And the winner, you posted 5 books and they voted on him. And he voted for a DC book, and I was going to give him the book if I won. And I said, man, Biggie, you know, if you would have voted from the ASM 14, I was going to give you that book. He's like, no.
Biggie, you messed up. You messed up.
Boy, he was hot about that.
Your mic's off, Remo. The mic's off.
You had the mic on off right now, Remo.
What about now?
There we go. Remo is in the house officially.
So I had to set out. I went through a whole bunch of stuff today, and I switched. I brought my studio downstairs, and then now I got these big monitors and everything, and it doesn't work unless you turn off all the monitors.
It looks good, man. You look good.
Yeah, your sound is better too.
Closer, Remo, we can see and hear.
Because any other time I'm using my iPad. So
gotcha.
No, and we can hear you better now too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Let's see how that works.
How things going, Remo?
My daughter's not gonna like that you can see the naked picture of her though. She told me today, you gotta get rid of that picture. I'll try to cut it out. I got all these boxes set up over here because I'm over here taking stuff down, so I gotta try and hide that so my wife doesn't get pissed off.
No, you're good, bro.
Be like, they're showing our dirty house.
No, you can't see nothing, dude. You're good.
Yes, man. Yeah. Single guy always has a dirty house.
Hey, women don't go for that, boy. You can't just be popping over unless you really know. They're like, no, don't let him in.
They'll be like, what are you doing?
No, I gotta clean up.
It's just this guy. It's just my friend. What the fuck? Relax.
Hey, hi, Leah. When you said remember when you came with your buddies?
Yeah.
My wife was like, you better get your ass in there and clean that room or you're not.
Right?
I went over to one of my friend's house and his wife answers the door and she goes, just excuse the mess. I'm like, this house is immaculate. What are you talking about? I haven't cleaned it in about 2 hours.
Napkins turned sideways. I can't believe it. It was sideways. You ruined my life.
Dude, I'm glad, dude. It's not just my house where that happens, bro. Thank God.
Again, I'm a single guy. It's a pigsty.
Sometimes I'm not gonna say
that. Don't say it.
I remember you, D.
When we were growing up, we had our apartments. We would invite our girlfriends over and make them clean the house all the time. Right? Hey, if I did it nowadays, cancel culture would cancel me.
You make them bring them over to cook, and then all of a sudden they never leave. You know?
And oh man, we're working so hard, we ain't got around to cleaning. They're going, oh, we'll do it for you. Okay.
Oh,
you sure?
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld. We're not dating. Are there tampons in the bathroom? Yeah, you're dating. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Anyway, I guess we're here for a reason.
Hey, I bet on your guys' Lions and won this week because of them.
Hey,
glad somebody won something.
They're going to rally around that new coach and give me a win, man. Hialeah's team almost cost me. That was I just said, oh, that's Raiders easy. That wouldn't even watch that game. When I saw that game score, I was crying, man, in the corner, man, sucking my thumb. Oh,
I'm just happy they won.
Yeah, they pulled it out. Hey, man, that's the kind of shit you always need a lucky win, man. You ever seen it in college, D? There's always that one game you kind of lucked up in one, like the lucky bounce or whatever.
Hey, wait a minute. Before we get into all our stuff, I got a conspiracy that I believe in.
Oh no, I'm not.
Do you guys want to hear it?
I got to debunk this immediately.
I mean, the skeptic of the group.
Do you guys want to hear this conspiracy that I have?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. How is it that I don't even what's Ohio State's conference?
The Big Ten?
It's the Big Ten, right? Okay.
With like 12 teams? Okay.
How is it that the Big Ten, they have the rule that you got to play a minimum of 6 games? And now, all of a sudden, since Ohio State's only playing 5, they changed the rule. I call that a conspiracy.
I call
that a conspiracy.
Hey, I'm gonna look to Remo and Remo tell him it's all about money because the conference gets money. You can believe they're gonna get that shit.
But I think that was I think there was a kerfuffle. That's what it's because Michigan did that purposely.
Yeah.
Michigan did that to fuck them out of their shot.
Yeah, because they hate them that much,
They hate them that much that they knew this is the only way they could get.
And here comes the conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
Is that they came back and were like, okay, we only need 5 games then.
It's a conspiracy.
You know?
Hey, really though,
I don't think that's very much of a
they should have made
conspiracy.
him play somebody. They should have made him play. I don't care. Somebody.
They're gonna play. They're gonna play Northwestern. They're gonna play Northwestern, but that's not good enough. And if Notre Dame, even if they lose, they're still going to give them the shot.
At Notre Dame, to me, Notre Dame deserves it because they won.
Yeah, I mean, but Ohio State does too if they get one more game.
Yeah, they get one more game, but they should have to play someone in that. And you know,
well, yeah, I mean, it would have been Michigan, and Michigan sucks anyway, so they should let them. You know what I mean? Let them get in there with playing Northwestern because Northwestern, for the most part, earlier this year were pretty good. They were leading the conference.
Yeah.
So I mean, might as well. I mean, they had a couple slips, but I mean, they're Northwestern. But I mean, other than that, I mean, shit, it's not like they could have. They could have rescheduled the game against somebody else, but it wouldn't have been good enough for anybody. So I mean,
hey, I'm gonna say that your conspiracy theory is real, though.
It's definitely real. Harbaugh had. He was like, nah, we're not.
What's a real conspiracy?
That's
no theory. No theory.
Hey, for all those fans, if never go to one of their pages and say nothing bad, Jesus Christ, your inbox will have 100 million retweets about your team. They'll look you up.
You'll end up deleting your account.
Hey, yeah, one of my buddies did it. He's a Seminole fan, but he really don't care, you know. Yeah. But he said that I think he said Ezekiel Elliott sucks for something. He said, "Man, I had to close my account now."
Yeah, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're like that, man. They'll come after you.
Some of them are just so unrealistic, though, Remo. Like, our defense will suck, and we're the greatest ever to play. I'm like, our defense sucks. Are you blind, dude? We can't cover no one.
That's the truth, man. It's like they love the football out there. So you got to be careful. It's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah, that eye test is real, though. When you watch your team, you're like, man, this guy, man, he sucks. If they keep throwing to him, we're gonna lose. And damn sure they fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, man. But I don't know if that's very much of a conspiracy, other than that's just flat out what happened. That's just what happened. That's not even, there's no conspiracy about it.
That was funny. Hey, man,
they're like, we got to get our money somehow. Just let them play Northwestern. We got to get in there somehow.
So when you guys watch your team, are you realistic about how they're playing and stuff?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, God, we're lucky, man.
Yeah, one of my friends is a Ravens fan. It's like 2-3 weeks ago. He got so mad after a loss. He does a video and he like rips up a Ravens. This is my favorite shirt, man. Screw them, and he throws this shirt. I'm like,
I ain't doing that. I know some people that have ripped up comic books.
Hey, you know what?
I almost did that to Batman 50. I will say that.
There, what book did I rip up? I don't even remember. I was so mad.
Werewolf by Night #1.
Was it Werewolf? It was a 9-0, man. Until that shit
right.
went to a 4.
But tell them why you got so mad.
Yeah, I'm interested in this.
I went to rebag and board it, and when I pulled it out, I laid the old bag down and I had the book, and I went to get me the new bag. When I did, I set the book down and the tape went whack right on the cover. And it would not come off. It was like, it wasn't no old tape. It was some new shit on there. And I was trying to ease it up. And I got it halfway. I said, it's going to come off. Ripped the hole straight through. I could see the print on the book. I said,
Joker number 2.
Hey,
Joker number 2.
I said, I crumbled it into a ball and threw it in the garbage. He goes, no.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, man. You can't get that bad.
I was mad. I got it for such a good, as my boy Hialeah would say, I got it for a good price. Freaking ruined it with that move.
Yeah, that happened to me with Joker number 2, and after that, I learned if it's got tape on it, flip that flap over and stick it before you pull it out. So that way
I
you
rip the tape off. I rip the whole bag up now. For now on, if I've got an old bag with some tape, I'm like,
Bro, painter's tape. I went straight to painter's tape. I didn't like painter's tape before. I went straight to it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's within reach.
I got mine right over there.
I got mine right here, painter's tape, dude.
Hey, and it makes a good soda holder. Look.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Hey, you guys got this one out there yet, Steve?
Is it what's the name of it?
Chaotic.
I drank it today.
It's all it is the original. They just put more
I
juice.
said, what is this chaotic? Let me check this out. I drank one today.
It's just got more juice in it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sugar in it. I noticed that. I looked on the can.
Well, actually, it has 0 sugar, but you know,
It says
I've actually been drinking
when I
Monster.
flip that can around, it have
I gotta stop. I've been tearing them up.
Hey, D, you want to mention Legend?
Oh yeah, Legend. He said unfortunately he couldn't make it today, but he said in 2 weeks. I'm like, well, we can't do it in 2 weeks because that's Christmas Eve.
Right.
And family comes first.
Hey, wait. There's another Christmas Eve. There's a conspiracy there.
What's that?
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Real.
Hey, what's the big monster? The monster that bounces. Is he real?
Krampus.
Krampus.
The abominable snowman.
Oh yeah. Highly believe in that. Oh well.
Yeah,
bro, I can't believe I'm the real. I am not the skeptic. I'm the. You know what? I'm just
the realist.
The realist and the skeptic are the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's just a nice way of saying it.
He's like, I'm not having fun with any of this.
Like, it sounds good, you know. I mean, I was like that for a long time, but then, you know, some people show me different things, and I'm just like, you got a point, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want to say, you know, yes or no, because I don't know. So, you know,
to me, is honest to God, I don't care what anybody believes. It's all good as long as you don't not hurting nobody or whatever. I don't care. Yeah. Whatever you believe in, that makes you get by and understand the world and spend your time here, makes your time here better. You know, I don't care. But at the same time, don't tell me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm crazy. I'm not calling nobody crazy. You believe what you want to believe, man. It's all good, dude. It's all good. But I'm gonna believe what I believe.
All of it is like, it's like politics and religion. So
yeah, dude.
It's fine as long as you don't try and step into my lawn and tell me how to do it. You know,
exactly, bro. Live and let live, dude.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that I want to hear both sides of something.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then let me form my own opinion.
Exactly.
It's one thing, and I hate to bring up politics, but I have to say this. It's one reason I don't like politics is people are like, I will listen to this side. Don't even tell me anything on that side because I already know they're telling me the truth. Like, listen to both sides. It's make your own opinion.
It's always in the middle, man.
Yeah, man. But don't just watch CNN. Watch Fox.
Yeah.
Watch them both. Watch whatever you can and get both sides, man. And then you come up to your, whatever you want to believe, and that's all good.
It's like Pepsi and Coke. It's like,
in reality, the politicians are the enemy of all of us. That's the truth. In reality, they're
on both sides. On both sides.
Yeah, it's on both sides. Totally.
All of them. I'm talking any if they got that word in front, they're going for their shit. Like,
so they're there for their self-interest.
Money somewhere.
I'm going to disagree with that. I do not think all of them are that way. I think there's a good chunk of them.
But
you can't say all in anything. You can't say all in everything.
Hey, D, but you know, good ones, they don't make it because bad ones all pile on them. And you know what I mean?
You can't be the good guy in a room full of snakes, or else they're gonna kill you.
You'll die.
It's like your last conspiracy you guys were talking about JFK. He was a good guy, and they killed him.
Exactly.
They did.
He was doing
not only that, they killed Daryl in the
they tried
tournament.
to do too much good, and they took him out. You know what I mean? So somebody took him out. I don't know who was involved.
I'm going with the freaking the gangsters, because you can't make a top 10 most wanted list on people that just gave you money. They'll kill you every.
See, that's the thing, though. It's like you could say that, but it's the same thing.
It could be more to it too. It could be held. It could be a few.
But it's like okay, if it was gangsters then, now it's dictators. You know what I'm saying? Like those dictators are out there and they're doing the same things, but if you notice, they're allowed to operate. They're allowed to do what they do. You know what I mean? It's like they're not gonna like everybody had their hands in the drug trade and they allowed it to go on.
Yeah, they get here somewhere. They get here and they get on the street somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, there was people. They were tasked with bringing it over here and allowing it to come in for years and years and decades. You know what I mean? And everybody was eating off that plate until one person was like, "Oh, you can't do this anymore." And then after they got everything they needed, then all of a sudden we're going to turn our back and start turning on these guys. You know, and that's why you got the whole war on drugs. You know what I mean? And that started a whole. Well, we can't keep bringing drugs in. Okay, well, now we got to open these prisons. We got to start filling them up, and that's how we'll start getting our money. And it's a whole, conspiracy about how that is. You know what I mean? But in a sense, it's all true because now that the whole prison is a business. It's.
Yeah, I learned that on Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, we could get together and open a prison. You know what I mean? And be funded by the government. They'll be like, okay, we'll fill it up and we'll give you this, and then it's a business. You know what I mean? So I mean, but it's bad when you know who the criminals are and you know how to get them. You know what I mean? That's when it's kind of not cool.
Hey, because it's a whole. I mean, they get everything they want in there anyway.
Man, I have friends. Well, I know people that are in there right now, and I get a phone call and a FaceTime every now and then. Right now, and they're like, "Hey man, what's going on, man?" I'm just like, "How did you get FaceTime?"
I had a buddy I grew up with. I probably told highly about it. The Spanish guy. He's the one got me into collecting comics.
Right.
So he chose a bad path. Actually, I saw him 2 weeks ago, and he got in some more trouble. But anyways, besides all that, he was in jail, and he called me on the phone. He says, "Will you accept the phone call?" I said, "Man, I got to see what this shit is about." Yeah. So he calls me. I swear to God, he says, "Hey, Steve, this is Brian." I said, "Man, I know who it is. It comes up on my phone. It tells me." He goes, "Yeah, man. Hey, I'm not bullshit, man. I need some sneakers, man. I need some sneakers, man." Yeah. So I went and got him some shoes and sent them to him and shit. And he got them. He was like, "Man, that saved my life. I've been playing basketball and all."
Yeah. And my uncle had Jordans. He had flights. He had Fila outfits. He had 501s. I mean, this care package every couple of months. It had five pairs of Levi's. He had, 10 or 20 T-shirts and socks and underwear. Hey, all the food. You know what I mean? He had cable in his cell.
Don't it run on cigarettes? Like if you don't smoke, man, you're good to go, man.
Well, he was a lifer. You know what I mean? He's actually recently he got out, but he was a lifer, so he got all the perks. He had conjugal visits, like everything. You know what I mean? Like my cousin was conceived in prison. He was born out here, but he was conceived in prison. You know what I'm saying? So it was like he had all of those perks of a. He couldn't leave, but I mean, he had all the perks of someone who was living as a single man. He had cable. He had, he had a phone, everything. He just couldn't leave.
The only thing I gotta say is, do not play checkers or chess against them, dude, because you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Oh, I already know, man. I don't play dominoes, none of that stuff. Any kind of thinking games, I know that he's already mastered.
They got the time in there, dude. They're gonna kick your ass.
That's what they got all day to do.
I never knew checkers had so much strategy in it until I played a friend of mine that did some time, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's play some checkers." And I was like, what the fuck?
Hey,
What the fuck, dude? I can't believe
Quadruple jumps.
it. I was like, what the yeah, dude. I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, I was in, you know where I was. We much to do, bro. We play chess, we play checkers.
have you watched Queen's Gambit yet, Hialeah?
Oh my god, it's amazing.
It's freaking awesome, man.
Amazing.
Hey, that's how you build someone up, right, Hialeah? You bring them in, how she started. She learns from this guy. She gets good. I mean, it was perfect. The only thing I would have changed was I would have took that freaking board that he made of her, the guy that died.
Yeah.
I would have told him to bring the board, and then she can pin that guy's ass when she beat him on the board. You know, even though he wasn't there in spirit, maybe
It was so good. Have you guys watched that Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
Oh, I loved it. I thought that was amazing.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Really
It's amazing.
Is it a movie or is it a series?
It's like 6 or 8. It's not long.
8 episodes.
8 episodes.
People watch it. It's amazing. It's so good.
Me and my wife will probably watch it. We've been
You'll
trying
love it. You'll love it.
My wife loved it.
All right, we'll check it out.
There was an episode or two in there where I kind of teared up a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, man.
Well, what's the premise of it though? What is it?
She's a chess prodigy, but she's like an orphan, and just watch it, man. It's so it's not based on fact. It's a book, like 1871 or something like that.
Some of the players they say they pattern them after how their style.
Oh no. I talked to somebody that knows chess, and he goes, "All that is true." The
people that were
Queen's Gambit, all that was true.
Spassky and all those guys were real, man.
Yeah, but it's excellent, Remo. You got to watch it with your wife. Your wife would love it, man. Your wife would love it.
Check it out. We've been trying to figure out something to watch.
Oh, that's it, dude. You don't got to think no more. You're gonna love it.
They just added on Netflix a documentary about Richard Jewell.
I need to watch that.
And I'm fascinated by that stuff, and I'm watching that. I watched the movie not too long ago, and
I never watched the movie. Was the movie good?
I thought it was all right. I mean, just like any of those things, they change a few things.
That was an Eastwood film, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Leah, didn't we? Me and you and all of us get one of these when we went to that con?
No, I did not get one. Thank you for asking.
I didn't get one of those either. Yeah.
Hey,
no.
Yeah.
Why? Yes, we did, Steve. Why? Yes, we did.
Hi, Leah, but this isn't the one I gave mine to Cookie and AOK a while back.
You did?
I picked another one up from Ebor, but I thought we each got one of those.
We did. This is.
I wish we got the whole box, man. There was like 10 of them. 20
Dude,
of them.
don't you watch my videos anymore? I just talked about that in my last video, man. What the hell?
That's why I said it.
I was about to remove both of y'all for throwing that in our faces over here.
I just remember that box
suffering.
under the bottom, and Javi said, "Look at all these." I was like,
"Oh, we should have took that whole box, Steve. The whole box."
And I wish I had about 10 copies of that right now.
Shit. Should have took the whole. Bro, he had like 20 of them, bro, in a box.
They were cheap, man. Hey,
they had them for $30. He had them for $30 each, man.
Yeah, we got that. We got a Hulk 182. Did we got Hulk 182 for $30 each?
Yeah, but that was at another spot.
But
if we would have offered him for all those Star Wars, we would have took them all, man, for a good price. Okay, you gotta get the show started. We're just gonna talk shit for.
It's only been 28 minutes.
We've been talking shit for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're already been talking shit for 30.
Yeah.
I tell you what, about 15 minutes ago, I was about to go into it, and somebody jumped in with something else. I'm like, whatever.
Let it go.
Like, this is backstage. This is front stage, backstage.
Yeah, Hialeah's favorite thing. Save it for the show. Every time I'm saying something,
the show has been going on.
Yeah, 29 minutes now. It's fine.
Damn, Hialeah, that sucks. You ain't coming over Saturday. Okay,
Dude, nobody to go with, man.
I know. I don't blame you. That sucks. That's too far, man.
That's a 6-hour ride when you think it's 3 up and 3 down, man.
What about Patty? She don't want to go.
I thought about her, man, but I don't know.
Man, I'll bribe her with something, man. it, man. Whatever comic she wants, man, I'll buy it, or whatever shirt or whatever she wants.
I was thinking about it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, man, let's get the show started. Let's go. that was the introduction. That was the introduction.
He's like this. We're gonna get started now. Hey, are you coming to the con?
All right.
Oh, that was awesome.
What are we talking tonight? What are
All
we
right, conspiracies. The conspiracy number one. Will we actually talk about conspiracies today?
That conspiracy's been already proven.
That's been debunked. My question is, which one do you guys want to talk about first?
Steve, real quick, do you want to say time travel for when Legend's here? Because I know that's a big one for him.
For what?
That's fine.
The time travel.
I'm not.
Yeah, we'll save that for him.
High on that.
Yeah, we can do the flat Earth because Remo's really versed in that.
I won't say that, but I have a little bit of understanding of it.
I've seen images, Remo. I've seen images.
You saw that?
Me too.
Here we go. Here
You
we go.
understand what I was talking about now when I was telling you?
Flat Earth. Tell us. Big Remo.
But just okay, so the maps I sent, you saw those, right?
Yes.
The ones where they're from the top view?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Well, it's not. It's the only view because it's flat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not another side.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not from like down. It's just straight from overhead. This is what they think everything's at.
So
Yeah.
I guess what they believe is that we're in a dome. You know, so that's why they say when they were saying as far as like going to the moon and stuff like that, they never went because you can't get out of the dome. You can't leave the dome.
Okay, here's my first thing. Who built the dome?
Exactly. Who built the fucking dome, bro? Who built the fucking dome?
Their belief is God invented the whole thing.
God invented the
God
dome.
invented it and created the whole thing. He is the creator of the heaven, the dome, and the earth.
The heavens, the domes, the earth.
That's their belief, and that's one that they say in the Bible. There is evidence of the firmament, which is what they call the dome, the firmament.
Yes, and there's even German scientists who flew with the rocket and weren't able to make it out, and it's almost like
Tilt it a little.
Wow.
Yeah.
You cannot see that.
Tilt it back.
there you go.
There we go. You can see the light too.
So if you see those, the outer ring. So there's
That's awful.
Man,
That's what I got.
I should have wrote more of it down, but apparently there's a treaty with that all the nations signed from not Alaska. I'm sorry, for Antarctica, and basically it's a treaty that you won't go past those areas, those areas, and everybody signs it, and nobody will go past it. But beyond those outer realms, there's those other places that you see, and those are where other people are. and it's hard to explain. I guess you got to believe all of that stuff. Oh,
Remo, you got someone behind you.
It's a ghost.
that scared me. You scared me, yeah. So yeah, so like that's where those so that's why when they talk about like the aliens and the time travel, not time travelers, but like the flying saucers, there's other areas I guess that they say that would have these other beings that would be at, but we're not allowed to contact them and you know, because there's giants and you know different things like that, you know, from the Bible. Yeah, from the Bible. If you read the book of Enoch, you know, you would know that, you know, that from the book of Enoch we had Cain and Abel, you know, and they were, you know, they were their parents were, you know, you had angels that came down and conceived, you know, children, you know what I mean? And that's why there's some giants. That's why there's some people that are taller, you know, because they're mixed with some of that. It's still that we're not all a part of that. So it gets deep, man. It's like I'm kind of skimming over it. Because
let me ask you a question. The Earth is flat. Let's just say the Earth is flat.
yeah.
What's underneath? Is it just rock or what?
Well,
That is something that, of all the study I've done, no one has said what they believe is on the other side.
yeah. If there is anything else.
Okay, can I ask a question?
No, but thanks for asking.
Listen, man, you know I'm going to ask it anyway. Can you fall off the edge somewhere?
No.
There's no ending.
No, because of the firmament around it.
You can. There would be a glass I could bam my head into if I went far enough. If I got to the outer rings and got beyond them, or something.
That's what they say. Like basically, you would go up and see that you couldn't get out.
You see, there's no way out of here, man.
They believe every picture ever taken of the Earth from space is fake. Every one of them.
Yeah. Even when you watch those videos where they're showing you live streaming of them from the spacewalk and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's from a studio somewhere.
Yeah, they believe that's in a water tank.
The eclipse when the Earth projects when it goes in between the
well, if you notice on that map, it shows you when the moon and when it aligns, you can see through it. Did you see that on the map where it had the moon and it showed as it was?
I'll show that better so everyone can see it.
I believe that every one of those other planets aren't round either. Like Saturn has no rings.
What other?
They believe that's basically. They believe basically on the firmament.
Yeah.
It's basically, imagine we're in a snow globe.
Yeah.
Someone painted the dots of other planets.
Those planets are basically like painted or are painted onto the firmament.
Yeah, and they believe the sun and the moon are basically about the same distance from the Earth.
Yes.
And they spin around.
Yeah.
And when there's an eclipse, and they believe they're big lights. They don't even believe they're like celestial bodies.
Yeah.
So when it goes around, one can cut in front of the other, and they just kind of do the light on it.
Every so often it happens. It's just
AD, we got a question.
I was about to click on that.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt. I want to keep on going with this.
Go ahead.
Get down.
Favorite conspiracy theory. Who wants to go first on that? Then we'll jump back to the flat Earth.
Aliens. I love the aliens one. I love that, man, because I just think to me that seems like that has to be true. Even though like Hialeah said, I ain't visited one, ain't come up to my face or nothing.
I've seen some really ugly people. They might be aliens.
I have some that I don't know if I should bring up.
Well, they just asked for one, Remo. They just asked for one.
I know. I've heard some things, and some things are interesting, and I think the one that I've learned in the last few years that I think is kind of interesting, and I don't know, it would be hard to debunk it, or not hard to debunk it, but I don't know, because we're only going off of history is what we've been told. You know what I mean? We can only prove what we've been told. But the whole,
Say it, bro. Fuck, say it.
I don't want to get killed for this.
Say it.
But the whole.
Let me just say this: we're in a room of people that we're accepting. If you believe something completely ridiculous, we won't tell you.
Okay, but wait a second.
Okay, so
the question is, what's your favorite? It doesn't mean the one you.
It is my favorite. It is my favorite.
Okay.
Because if it holds true, it's a game changer.
Okay.
And that's the whole slavery.
Okay.
As far as quote unquote African Americans being brought here from Africa, or were we already here? You know what I'm saying? Like, were we already here? And that goes as far as even the whole like Egyptian, you're thinking about that. Are they rebuilding what they saw here? You know what I mean? Like if you think about all of if you go back to like pictures of the World's Fair and stuff like that in the 1900s, the buildings here were already built, and we're talking about like mausoleums. We're talking about look at Washington D.C. Like they don't even build like that anymore. So it was already here. So when the quote unquote explorers came here, I've seen books from the 1400s where they speak of, and this is from the Spanish perspective, the conquistadors writing that they came here and there were already, you know, they were Negro colored. They called them Negro because they were black. To them, were already here. Now, in history, they would say that they were Native Americans, like Indians. But then I've seen pictures of those same people, and they're darker than me. You know what I mean? They don't look like how they look in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look at that because I don't know about that conspiracy.
I've seen the books. You know what I mean? I've seen these are books that are. So that goes to the whole when they say how in the pre when during segregation when they burned the books, suppose they were burning these books, because they were you're letting the black people go to school now. No, what they were doing is they were burning our history, so we didn't know what the history was, so they could control the narrative. Which kind of is fast forward to now, where you see them yanking down these statues and destroying these statues. So that means when my daughter grows up, she's not going to know about the history that I know about. It's going to be a whole total different history.
It's going to be totally different.
So it fits their narrative to end whatever they don't want you to know about. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to believe nowadays, because it's like so much stuff has been thrown out there.
You only know what you're told. You only know.
Yeah, you only know what you're told. Like I could go to my grandmother who's 90-something years old, right? And like I'll go ask my wife. My wife is Mexican, so I'll ask her grandmother who's 93, 94 years old, and she's originally from Texas, and she'll tell me that it was just the same way as it is now. We're talking 100 years ago almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
somebody saw the car be invented.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So if you're telling me that, and then what, like 30 years prior there were slaves? Like I it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean? Like, and then there's other conspiracies that the plantation. I don't want to.
No, you don't. You don't have to. You know what? We can save that for another show because I want to look into that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying because I am totally fascinated with where you're going.
Yeah.
I want to do some research and discuss it further.
Because they could say the plantations weren't what we think they were.
Okay.
They were, they were.
Save that because I don't know enough because I've never heard of that.
For Marimo.
Hey, real quick, my favorite conspiracy is Kennedy.
That's right up on my list too. That's
Kennedy. The Kennedy.
I was infatuated with that for a while.
So now you guys talked about Kennedy, right? And then I watched that video, and then you guys spoke about the whole Mandela effect thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About how history doesn't it doesn't come across like when you look at it now, it's not how we remembered it. You know what I mean? And how you were saying how I remember her jumping into the back seat and all this, and they don't show that now.
Jumping on the back of the car and looking around.
But they do show it. The thing is, bro, this is me. This is how I see things. I think your mind plays tricks on you, on everybody. And you focus on certain things and you omit certain things. When I always watch that video, I'm looking at Kennedy's freaking head about to blow up.
I look at. That's the only thing I look at. I had to go back to watch the governor get shot, Conley.
Yeah.
I had to go back and watch.
And then I gotta watch those details. And I gotta watch all those details one by one. And I gotta pay attention to those details. And that's how your mind plays tricks on you, bro. You cannot deny that.
It does, but There's too many times over history that we've seen that freaking video. And we've seen it growing up in real time. You saw it in history class growing up. You've seen a damn movie made about it.
Your mind plays tricks on you.
The video is always the same.
Like your mind plays tricks on you.
Until recently.
You focus on different things. Okay, we're not talking now. We're going back to Flat Earth. D, you're the only one. Bro, I'm the director of this video, D. I thought this was your channel.
Wait, no, we were discussing like one by one.
What's your favorite? Okay, D, you're up. What's your favorite?
Mine is it's either the moon landing or time travel, one or the other. So I'm with both.
We're doing moon landing tonight, and I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go back to Flat Earth.
We're back on Flat Earth.
Steve, what was yours? What was your favorite?
The aliens.
I love the aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
Because the way that we travel and the way that they might travel is totally different.
See, but that's the thing, though. What if the aliens aren't what you think they are?
Yeah, they could be. You could be an alien. You look a little closer tonight. You look. I'm starting to see.
They could be amongst us.
They
can't
be.
They could be.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's it. Okay. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Just trust the government since they're known for their honesty and keeping their promises. Exactly right. Okay, back to Flat Earth. Here's a few facts, not facts, but potentially facts based on the Flat Earth perspective. The one thing that they always go back to, always, is water does not curve. So if you're on a globe, the water curves around the oceans. So they're like, there's no way water does that. Any responses?
What's gravity then? Is gravity non-existent?
That is exactly the right answer. But their response to that is, look, I'll put water on a basketball and spin it. The water flies off. That's their counter to that.
Yeah, what's keeping the water? What's containing the water?
Gravity.
It's containing it.
Yeah.
That way.
Yep.
As it millions of miles at a time, and rotating.
Yep.
Like we said, Rebo, if I start here,
Right.
fly that way, I should be able to fly all the way around and end up right back here, right?
Okay.
Hey, Superman was able to fly in reverse and spin it the opposite way.
Yes, and he saved Lois Lane.
And it turned back time.
Yeah.
Well,
Flash did the same thing in a comic.
Remo, I wanted to spin this shit right back then.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna give me some comic books and put them in a bag and board and bring them back.
Hey, I was talking today. Okay, I was talking today to my friend Randy, and we were talking about Flat Earth. I was talking to him about the show tonight. I talk a lot of conspiracy with him. Okay, the Flat Earth. The Earth is a sphere. Why?
I know why.
It's like, why debunk? Why say it's a sphere? Say it's not flat. Why would all the governments be in accordance with this? Why?
That's another story. That's another whole other.
But why?
There you go.
You know what? Why?
Well, like, you know how they say if you tell one lie, you have to tell another lie, and then you got to tell another one, and then you got to tell.
But what do they get from saying that? Okay, you know what? The Earth is flat, but let's tell them it's round. What are they getting from that?
Yeah, what are they gaining?
Who's gaining? There's no.
Yeah, what's the purpose?
What's the purpose?
I think it all ties into each other because it's kind of like. So the conspiracies, it kind of ties in kind of with like that whole time travel thing.
I think one of the things that they're saying is the flat Earth basically proves the Bible because you live on a flat plane and you have the firmament that God created. And there are areas in some models of the flat Earth, the North Pole, which because of the what's that thing called? The electrical things that come the positive and negative from one pole to the other. Planes actually cannot fly directly over the poles because it destroys their magnetism. That's what it is, the magnetism of the Earth. It will kind of mess up their instruments. So what they're saying is, if you can go under the North Pole, is actually where Eden actually was, the Garden of Eden.
Right.
So some of them are speculating that if they take that the Earth being round and not being flat, they're trying to debunk the Bible.
Yeah, and also what's up is down and down is up, according to them. So like, it's trying to remember.
So if you're a flat earther and you're in school,
have you guys watched the movie?
Look at it and go, ah!
Yeah.
Have you guys seen The Curve on Netflix?
Yeah. They debunked themselves several times in that movie.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. There's other. Oh man, I have a friend that's really into it, and he has a YouTube channel too. But he knows a lot more of it than I do, definitely, because I'm skeptical on it also, but I do hear some of it and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean? I can see where
a good magician can fool you, right?
Yeah.
A really good one with man, some of these guys I've seen on some of these shows, man, with these card tricks and shit and the coin. I mean, even with the camera slow down, you can't see how they do that shit. I just your eyes don't even like Hialeah said, your eyes sometimes play tricks on you, man. You can't see everything.
You can't, and they know where your eyes looking.
Man, I slowed the video down freaking frame by frame trying to see how this guy made these freaking coins appear and disappear.
And you can't see it.
But then it's also like they say when you're flying to like Japan or or China or anything like that, you don't fly from San Francisco to China. You fly from San Francisco to New York to China. Why don't you fly over the Pacific Ocean? But you can fly to Hawaii, but you can't fly any further.
Well, fly to Hawaii, but you don't really want to fly. Okay, the Earth is okay. I guess I'm going to give myself away. I do not believe in flat Earth. Okay, I hope that's okay with everyone.
I don't believe it's flat either.
But the Earth is a sphere. You're not going to go you don't want to go over ocean. You want to try to stay over land as much as possible. You're going to go to Hawaii. There ain't no other way. But to go to Japan, you're going to go up because it's a shorter route, even though it isn't a straight line. Because it's a sphere. And if you're going to, the widest part of the Earth is the equator. Okay.
Right.
And what do you want to save in air travel? It's jet fuel.
Yeah, it's fuel. It's always the fuel.
It's always fuel. It always goes back to money.
Yep.
Everything.
Pretty much everything always goes back to money. So you're gonna go over the shorter area. You're not gonna go through the equator. You're gonna go up or down, depending on the route. And you don't want to stay over water because God forbid something happens.
So what if you live in like Panama or like or Argentina?
You go down
and you fly back up,
or you go up, or usually you go down, and then you're gonna have to find. And the other thing that comes into account is you got to go with the jet streams.
Yep.
But you know what? Like what now?
There's 4 jet streams.
Yeah, but
the jet streams.
What I'm saying is, it seems like you would have to do this.
I'm not saying that, but you know what? In some places, you might have to.
Or would you fly back up over?
It depends where you're going, man. I don't know. I don't make the flights. Okay.
My question is this: even on a flat Earth, Why would you not go from Hawaii directly to Japan? There is no, that. See, that to me is ridiculous to me because you're clearly right there.
Or you're
Obviously
hiding
not right there. But if on a flat Earth, it's still you still be going around. So why not go straight instead of going all the way back the opposite direction?
Or you're hiding something that's out there.
No.
Okay, but who's to gain though? What's the gain? Like,
Depends on what it is that's out there. We don't know. We don't have the money to fly our own planes over that area to know what's out there. You know what I mean? Like we got to go off what they say. Oh yeah, we're okay.
Okay.
We only know what you tell us. Well, it's not like we're gonna go find out. But I guarantee you go jump in an airplane and try and fly somewhere and see if you don't get shot down.
Here's why they made that agreement.
I agree with that, Tank, because there's no other option to Hawaii.
Yeah. But here's why they made that agreement for Antarctica. It came in for everyone, and they were like, let's keep this area pristine. Let's not sell this area off to the highest bidder. Let's make it like the International Space Station, so to speak. So let's be cooperative on this place. Let's not let every Joe come down here.
Hey, real quick. Can I just say something real quick?
No.
This show is going to go for about 3 hours, bro, because I
like it.
I'm good too. I just want to let you guys know this shit's we're an hour in and it feels like we haven't even started talking, dude.
Right.
But listen, man, that goes back to Hialeah's Kennedy theory. Now, most things go back to money. When supposedly the mob funded Kennedy, and then he made a top 10 wanted list on them. Oh, that's your ass. I don't care who you are.
Dude, I'm not saying the mob.
No, I'm just saying that's who I think did it.
But it's money. It's always
it's
9 out of 10. It's either control or money, and money is control.
Yeah, control. If you can control things, you can control the money.
Yes.
But but if you got things one way and it's going good, right, Hialeah, and I'm coming in and I'm gonna change your shit.
Of course.
To like me.
Of course.
Like, if I'm gonna do something that messes with you, you're not. It's just that's just not natural for anybody.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Why around Earth?
Yeah. What's the gain?
What is the gain by them saying that? What is the gain?
They're hiding some shit out there from us, and we need to.
Well, I mean, if you look at that map that I showed you, I mean, what if you stumbled on one of those areas?
Hey, Remo, if we go by that theory, maybe that's where those planes got lost. Maybe
the Bermuda Triangle. That's where they ended up.
How do we know how far it really is?
Hey, that's why I can't say, yes or no. But I mean, I go with what I believe. But damn, man,
I don't know how far it really is. That could be.
Yeah, like you said, we're nowhere.
You guys are in Florida, man. To me, like it seems like all these places are so far away. You know what I mean? Like I live in California. All these places are so far away. These other countries are so far away. Mm-hmm. I hear stories from the 70s where people were taking prop planes from Miami to Colombia. Like it was nothing. Mm-hmm. I look on the map. I'm like, oh, man, that's far. I got to pay $1,000 to fly out there. Man, it's 45 minutes.
And what did you say again? Money.
Money.
How far is it really? You're out there. They tell us it takes 5 hours to fly coast to coast. Man, they could be circling around in the sky for 5 hours.
Okay, so like
take 10 minutes to get there in a plane. We don't know. We're flying.
Like, just say you got all the money. Dang it, you got all the money, right? Mm-hmm. So now it's control. Now you want control.
Yeah, but then I'm sure when you got money like that, they tell you, hey man, look, you got money, you can do these. You don't do X, Y, Z.
Yeah,
We don't want to have to kill you.
so really,
Please
in
don't
reality, you're trying to
fly
make your life easier, right, Remo? You're trying to
Yeah.
make it by money makes your life easier. So
Exactly.
you can do a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
Gotta
You
work.
can finance a lot of different shit.
Uh-huh. And yeah, they don't have to worry about money. That's for damn sure.
You can finance a whole bunch of shit that they might not want brought to light that you might want to be brought to light. And if you got money, you can do it. And there's powers that be that want the narrative to continue the way it's been going and want people scared and not being afraid to do certain things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want you hopping up in a plane and flying somewhere unannounced. You might see something you're not supposed to see.
And what do you think that is?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But it's of national security. I know that much.
International security, because all these other countries
Right?
doesn't agree with it.
That damn hanger, no matter what, Hiley. He told me, he said, I don't give a damn who you were. Your ass wasn't going in that hangar where they brought them damn them wreckage from area.
So like about 5 miles from my house, 5 to 10 miles from my house is a Moffett airfield, right? And there's these 2 huge hangars that have been there since I was a kid, and they're huge. The base has been closed for 30 plus years. Those hangars are still out. It's NASA. NASA is there. That's where NASA is based out of. And those hangars have been there. And Mythbusters would use them for all their stuff. That's where they would do all their things. But you can do anything in those hangars. That's how big they are. You can make it look like the
you
moon.
know they're going in the ground, making tunnels everywhere and shit. Because they said there's tunnels all over out by where you're out.
But also you can film a moon landing in there. It's NASA. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
they got all the money in the world to do what they want.
Whatever they want to do, man. Like, that's the thing with the government. And back then, I feel like the government was less transparent than they are now. You know what I mean? Because of all these conspiracy theorists and different things that are out there, and people, you know, WikiLeaks and stuff like that. Like, they can't keep a muzzle on people. You know, people are going to be people, and now
everybody's connected now.
Yeah, people aren't scared to blow whistles like they were back then. You know what I mean?
No, as soon as something happens, Remo, what do you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I could dial 911, but I'm actually filming now. Sorry.
But that's what it is. It's like,
hey, I'm getting the help you out of me. Can you jump in after you film some more of this in my head, please?
Don't kick him in the head.
Sorry, I couldn't help you, kid.
Let me throw a debunk in there.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he was living in Australia for a little while. On a flat Earth, they believe if you believe it's a globe, those people are standing upside down on Earth. You know, why are they not falling off?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the stars, you don't see some of the same stars that you see in the Northern Hemisphere. So therefore, to me, that debunks a flat Earth right there.
Yeah. I feel that way too, because I've experienced. I know when I looked in the sky. I looked in the sky all my life as a kid because I wanted to get the hell out of California. You know, growing up.
Remo, you grew up in California?
Yeah, but I lived in New Jersey though. When I got a chance, I moved to New Jersey, and I lived out there. And I used to look at the sky, and I was like, "This shit don't look the same as it did where I was growing." You know, you would think the sky all looks the same. You know what I mean? But it's almost like it's in sections, and you see those sections straight up from where you are. So, I mean. I know I can see the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper. I can see you know what I mean? Like, I could see certain constellations. I knew where the North Star was, and I would be looking for that shit when I was in
Because it seems like if where you're at, if you look to your right, I should be able to look to my left and see the same shit as you're looking to your right, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
According to if it's by that map, you know,
right.
This is Florida, this is California.
It might just be off to the side a little bit.
Yeah, off a little bit because of because of
where I'm at. You know what I mean? Yeah. I shouldn't be able to look straight up in the sky and see exactly what you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I get what you're saying about Australia, like that. Yeah, but
right.
That's where they get gravity. You know, I guess gravity holds everything to it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, who knows, man?
I mean, for example,
all this
It's
is
spinning so fast that it's keeping us grounded. You know what I mean?
in the northern hemisphere, the main star that they point to is Polaris because it is just about directly above the North Pole.
Right.
I mean, obviously not. I mean, like way away, but anywhere on the northern hemisphere, you can see that star. You know where Polaris is. But if you're in the southern hemisphere, you cannot see that.
Yeah.
That to me is a straight up debunk right there. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense. Or it could be. I keep going back to the whole snow globe thing because I hear that analogy all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
and it's Christmas time.
right?
There you go. There you go.
And then it's on there, like no matter what. That's why you can see. But then my thing is you can't see the stars when the lights out. But then when the lights are on, but when you turn the lights off, you can see all the stars and glow. You know what I mean? It's like in my daughter's room, I had all these stars on the ceiling, and during the day you don't see them, but as soon as those lights go off, they're glowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like,
I mean, to me, when I was younger and I figured out, okay, why I can't see stars during the day is at nighttime we had a screen door.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a light on the inside, you couldn't really see out that screen.
Yeah.
Turn that light off, you can, or the light was on the outside, you could see out there.
See everything. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. But then that's the thing, though. It's like when the light's on out there, you can see the stars. You know what I mean?
But what it is when we're at the nighttime like we are now here anyway. Is it nighttime there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's wintertime, of course it is. But the light is on the opposite side of the earth. So it's not facing us, so that way we can see out. When we turn back around, the sunlight is hitting our screen, which is the atmosphere. That's why we can't see the stars.
And that's the part that, like I've talked to people overseas while it's dark here, and they're like, nah, man, it's, sun's about to come up.
It's like light half the year and dark half. That's crazy. Totally.
Well, but it's most of the places are like, like 9-10 hours ahead of us, right? Mm-hmm. So it'll still be dark.
But why is their shit dark all the time, man? Like
it'll still be dark for them if it's dark for us.
The position, something, man. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, like it'll be sunlight on the other side. Like Japan is what, like 12, like 8, 7. How many hours ahead of it?
And who decides who's first?
I didn't see those.
It's the international dateline. That's who does it.
Yeah, it's just like this freaking daylight savings time. They've been arguing, trying to take that away. And
hey, I have said if I ever become president, that's the first thing I'm getting rid of.
Hey,
there.
Wherever the sun ain't in your eyes when you're going east in the morning, that's the time.
Steve, you just hit on something that I've always wondered. Why is China always first?
Always first.
It's the international dateline. That's why.
Why are they the land of the rising sun?
Yeah, why does it rise there first?
But that's the thing, though. Like
maybe in flat Earth theory, they're closer to that shit. And it's all true. We're all like,
see, that's the thing. Like the sun always rises in the east, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it sets in the west, right?
Yeah.
So as it goes down here, it should be coming up in the east, right?
Right.
Well, there's some shit just don't make sense, man. And there's nothing they can do to convince.
If it goes down, if the sun goes down here in the west, then in the east it should be rising up in China in the east.
Yeah.
It should be. You guys are in the east too. It should be rising for y'all too.
But we're not that far east.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
You gotta think, there's a lot of ocean between California and Japan and China. There's a lot of ocean.
Bro,
Is it?
But as bright as the sun is, you should still be able to see it.
I just drove to New York for the first time ever. My first ever road trip.
Oh, you drove? Holy shit!
Yeah, we drove. The United States is massive, and I only went to
No, it is. It's huge.
It's massive.
Yeah.
I can't. My son's gone all the way to the West Coast driving.
Yeah.
And I could only imagine how big. It's massive.
Yeah.
And the United States ain't even that big.
Yeah.
About it.
I drove from New Jersey to Miami one time, and it was like
Oh,
8
good gracious.
hours.
Yeah, it took 21 hours.
It was like
Yeah, this shit's a long way, man.
yeah.
It was somebody on here. I can't remember who it was that they said they lived on one side of Texas, and to drive to the other side of Texas, it took some absurd amount of time.
Yeah, like 7 to 9 hours.
I think it was longer than that. I
It's
think
longer than that to get
I think it
across.
was much longer than that.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
I was thinking it was like 12 hours, 14 hours, something like that.
that's a whole damn day's trip.
So
Yeah.
from I'm in the Bay Area, which is like kind of in the middle, or a little bit above the middle of California, and it takes it's about 6.5 hours, babe, to get to San Diego. About 7 hours to get to San Diego, right? And then it'll take 5 hours to get to Oregon. So
That's 13 hours.
yeah,
12
you figure that's just California, so Texas is probably around the same, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, just think about it. If you start in Key West, southernmost point,
Yeah.
to get to Jacksonville, to get to Georgia, that's about 9 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
It sure don't seem
Yeah,
like but it damn sure does.
I just figure though, like when the sun is out, it lights up the whole United States, right?
Not when it first starts.
Now, when it first started, I think we need to move on to the next topic. It kind of ties in with this topic.
The moon landing.
I want to go right back to Kennedy, man. The movie was awesome, man. How many times did you watch that movie, Hialeah?
JFK?
JFK.
Bro,
I had it on.
I've watched
still
that
have it
a
on
ton
the
of times.
videotape.
I've watched that a ton of times.
I've watched it 50 times probably, man. If I was bored, I'd like, man, screw it, man. That so much shit going on in there, man. It was, oh man. I love the park scene when he comes up to talk to Kiefer Sutherland's dad. Donald Sutherland comes up, and that shit was like, I was like, man, that's
watch that. I might have to watch that tonight.
It's a great movie,
that is
except for the
It's
fact.
great, bro.
I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I used to love watching it.
be good if you could, like, everyone could link like this, and we have a screen on it. We're all watching that shit together.
Have you seen that they have on Disney Plus, like they have like a watch party where you can watch like The Mandalorian and stuff like that with a group of people?
Oh, really?
How does that work? I was trying to figure out how that works because they have it on there and it says watch party. Do you want to do a watch party?
Oh, shit. No, I
You
don't
can
know.
like click on it and watch it with other people.
Hey, Hialeah, the comic spot where I got my LCS that's close to work.
Uh-huh.
Rented a theater out Saturday night to watch Christmas Vacation, just comic guys.
That's awesome.
Nice.
How about that?
And that's when we're going to be doing this little con thing. But I was like, I wonder if I'm going to get done in time to get over there and see that shit, man. He's got the whole theater. We could be talking shit in there.
Oh, dude, that sounds like fun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the theaters are doing that now. Like they'll rent it out to like a group of people. Like if you just your own bubble, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, my theater's actually completely closed. I mean, they shut down.
Be right back.
What was the name of this
We
theater?
have drive-ins out here.
The drive-in. You talking about some shit that is shit that comes back, Remo? Remember that driving out all the. Now you're like, fuck, the drive-in's pretty goddamn cool. You bring your
right.
own shit. You come up. You got your AC.
Yeah, you just
can
turn on your car stereo, plays the.
Plays the shit, and
You guys have them in Florida or no?
we have a couple still here. We have
Yeah.
like Funland one, and there's one down in Riverview area. There's one old one. I always wanted to go to it.
Yeah, we have one. I mean, it never closed. It's always been open. We had two. Yeah, we had two. That I saw Star Wars at the drive-in growing up.
Nice.
And
Star Wars Under the Stars. That's awesome.
Star Wars, and it was playing with Good Guys Wear Black. Chuck Norris. And it was the B movie. So and it was like I remember it was like the B movie. Like it was like came on like we went to see Good Guys Wear Black, and then Star Wars was like the B feature that came on after. It had already been out like a year or two, you know, when I saw it. And it was like that's where I saw it at. I remember sitting in the back of like a Pinto or something, like a Pinto or a station wagon or something.
A Gremlin. You were in back of a Gremlin.
It was something. It was a little station wagon. It was my dad's friend.
Like AMC Pacer has all the glass.
Yeah, I think it was like something like that. And I remember being in the back seat and watching it. I always remember that.
I remember the kid going to the drive-in, and we would throw a blanket on the hood of the car. You just lay back on the windshield watching the movies. It's like, oh, that's
we used the blanket to hide us. My dad would throw the blanket on.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you know, it's only us two. And you get in there and uncover us.
Yeah, like Grease, where they all come piling out of the trunk when they get there.
Yeah, we didn't think of that.
Yeah. Throw a blanket over us. Hey, you guys shut up.
I remember my grandmother had an old car, and she had a real small her seat. She had a seat, one of the bench seats in the front, but it had a small hole in it, and some of her change would get lost down there. And I could get my hand in there to get that money, man. I wanted that change, but I couldn't pump it out. I could get it in one way, but to get it out, man, I could only get like a quarter or a penny here and there. Man, I stay out there all goddamn day trying to get that money, man.
Go play pinball. I remember
Play pinball, yeah.
Stuff like that. But now they shoot the one out here. It's during the all the theater. Even Oakland had one at the Coliseum, but they would be like flea markets during the day. Most of them are flea markets during the day, and then at nighttime they're drive-ins.
Yeah, that's what Funland is. It's during the day it's a flea market. Then at night it's the drive-in.
Yeah, she driving, and then like inside and out. Shoot, the one by our house, man, they got like a taqueria inside. Man, it goes down.
We had the same thing, swap shop. We had a swap shop, and they had
swap shop.
We've got Jack Squat. Here's what we've got. I live in an absolute dead zone of everything. The comic book shop is about 50 miles from here. That's the closest LCS I've got. And I'm like,
50 miles?
I'm driving. It's every bit of that far. It's a good hour drive to get to it.
Where are you? Where are you exactly?
I'm in Virginia, in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Wow.
We had two really nice shops about 3 years ago, and they both closed within about 6 months of each other.
Oh, wow. What a shame.
Yeah. Flea markets, junk at the flea markets, nothing good. Like, come on.
Hey, what do you guys think of that last Mandalorian? Did you see it?
Can we talk moon landing? Goddamn it! This is a freaking conspiracy show.
Talk about the Razor Crest.
This is just a hangout, dude. That's just call it what it is. It's just a 4 weeks hanging out. That's what this is.
Okay, moon landing. Because I'm not really,
I'm not 100% sold on the moon landing, man.
Yeah, I have no clue. I mean, to me, it could have happened or it couldn't have.
The only reason I say it, Remo, is they were so keen on getting there, and they get there and they never go back.
That's the only thing.
They went back like 6 or 7 times. Come on.
But there's nothing there, or what? There's nothing. No reason.
Is it a waste? There's nothing to
I heard
get?
there's like a space station there. I heard there's some shit that's on the other side. You know what I mean? Like I've heard.
Transformers are on the dark side of the moon. I do remember.
I heard there's like different conspiracies.
And where's the flag they planted and all the equipment they left? It should be there.
Well, the flag itself. Well, I mean, there's a plate there. Well, I mean, if you watch Big Bang Theory, you know you can actually shoot a laser off of it. That is actually there.
Huh? Wait.
There's like a plate where they landed on the Sea of Tranquility. That you can shoot a laser off, and the laser will come back. And if you have a spectrometer or something, I don't remember exactly what and it will show you, detect when it hit it and how long it takes to get back.
Wait. So like a regular like pin laser? Or
I'm sure it's got to be much stronger than I was
like, wait, hold on.
Not like some you put like a couple of hearing aid batteries in it.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. We talking about one of these things you get off a Wish, or what are you talking about? Like he's a big bang there, but I forgot they were like scientists, so they have that's
yeah. Yeah, I mean, one of them drove the Mars lander into a cavern or something.
That's
Poor Wallowitz.
Big,
Yeah,
big get the girl thing.
astronaut, right?
Yeah. Hey, you want to come by and drive a rover on Mars?
Didn't he design the toilet or something that was on the rover or something?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
on a space station, he
Brag
built the
about it.
toilet for the space station.
Okay, so Highly, what is your what do you say about why they didn't go back? Or you said D said they went 6 or 7 times. I remember you saying that you know why they went back or they did go back. What was your whole thing about it? Because I need
what do I believe?
Yeah. You believe they went there, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I believe that we went there. I believe the government made it an objective. Kennedy made it before, he made it. We're gonna be in the moon, and the government put the money into it.
They definitely put money into it.
So what if
Hey, wait! I'm not done.
Okay.
The government put the money into it, and it was not so much to get to the moon. It was more about beating the Russians to get to the moon.
Right.
And that was the priority. It was setting us up to be the dominant country, put us predominantly ahead of everybody. They put the money. They went back 6 or 7 times. Then they had Apollo 13, which was almost a freaking disaster. And then they stopped because there was nothing else to gain from there at that time. And ever since, a president has not, or a politician, let's just say politicians, have made that an emphasis because there's so much, it takes so much money to get to do that. And there's money, that money is better spent here.
So why hasn't Elon Musk gone?
That's a private enterprise. And that's private with working with NASA, but that's private money.
But what I'm saying is it's just not worth going there. There's nothing there, basically.
I think the only reason that there is, I believe China just went there. I think they went there recently.
But I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose of going
I
there.
don't know. Did they go? Because I remember, I think it was.
The only purpose I see is to establish a base to try to go further.
Right. It's like
A halfway station. That's the only reason I see. But I don't know if they're going to be doing that. But I think Elon Musk is planning on that with NASA to go back to the moon. Yeah. And back. I believe the answer to why that we made it to the moon is Russia never challenged it. If we had never gone to the moon, you damn well know Russia would have challenged it.
What if they knew that we couldn't?
All of them.
What if they knew already that we could never go?
They would have debunked us by saying that we did go. They would have debunked us instantly. They would have they would have called us out that, hey, you guys never went. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That would have came out instantly, bro. Because it was such a big deal to be the first man on the moon. Or the first, you know what? Don't even look at it as the first man on the moon, the first country on the moon. And that established us as a world power. And it was during the Cold War where that was everything.
Okay, this is why I question the moon landing. I don't question that we've been to the moon. Okay. I question if we went the very first time.
Okay.
I believe we were very, very close to getting there, but we weren't. They really wanted to get there before 1970 because that's what Kennedy said. He said, I want this done before the end of the decade. And they actually rented out a studio in Hollywood, and their rationale was because they knew how to do more with videos and things like that. So when they got there, they could record. I believe we went there. To me, there's no doubt we were there at least. But did we go there that very first time? That is my question. And not only that, they've also admitted that all the data that they got to get to the moon, at some point, they lost it. How do you lose the data from what is possibly the greatest thing that mankind has ever done? How do you lose that? That is a huge question for me. How do you lose that data? That blows my mind.
I think we made it the first time. I just do.
I don't know.
And you know what? This conspiracy has been in 1970. I believe it was 1976. Remember the movie Capricorn 1 with the great O.J. Simpson? They were already debunking. They were already questioning exactly what we're talking about back in 1976.
So I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to look up Warner von Braun.
Borner.
And I'm sure, von Braun, and I'm sure
I know this person.
I know you know who I am talking
I know this
about
person
because he's probably buried about 30 miles from where you. He was a Nazi astronaut. Who,
no, he wasn't. He wasn't either the scientist, not the astronaut.
He developed the rockets.
Yeah, because they originally started because Hitler wanted to create rockets for warfare.
Yeah,
and he wanted to put guiding systems in it back in the day. Back in the late 30s, early 40s. And he was the man. And America was like, this guy's not that bad. Just bring him on over to our side.
Weren't necessarily the first ones to attempt it, is what I'm saying. But I want you to look at what his tombstone says.
Man, you're gonna have to tell us, damn Remo.
Go on Wikipedia and look him up. I'm just saying, go on there.
What's his name?
Man, I'm impatient. You know that.
So his tombstone.
What's his name? Wait, what's his name?
Warner von Braun.
Warner von Braun. Wernher. Von Braun. Braun. Okay. It's going to tell you all about what his accomplishments were and all that. But if you look at what his tombstone says, his tombstone has Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork.
And there you go.
For somebody who developed rockets and was a known scientist is telling you what? There's firmament around the earth. You can't get to the stars. He's telling you. He told you. In death, he told you. Right there. Psalms 19. Why would he put that on his tombstone? So that would either that's debunked. He's telling you can't get there.
Who the hell? Who's fighting dogs?
Mine.
It's the one he broke out of prison.
Exactly.
Puppy prison.
Him and his mom. He's telling him to go sit his ass down. He's not listening. But I just think that's ironic for somebody who had developed all of that stuff and did it for the United States and for Hitler. And when he died, that's what he put on his tombstone.
Hey, when you guys think of, in general, smart people, who are the smart people? Do you think the Chinese, like, they're smart? Do you think that, or do you think the Germans or the Russians?
I think all knowledge is stolen. You know what I mean? Like, they borrow it from each other. Like, everybody.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any one specific group of people are smarter than the others.
Yeah, not groups. So
no.
The only thing I think they're the Japanese, the Chinese, I think they're more disciplined.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. I don't think they're smarter. I think they're more disciplined.
Yeah, because it seems like though the scientist part were Germans and Russians were some.
Oh no, they they had a lot of backing.
They you know what? It's not that they had Yes, it is that they had the backing.
And he was and Hitler was with the shits. Like he was into the whole. He was into all of that. He was into the.
They had free reign, bro.
Yeah.
Go at it. Go at it.
It's in some crazy shit on people.
Yeah, he was into the occult, like everything.
I was about to say that too. Yeah,
he was into all of that. And anything that he was into it. So you could research it. If you were down to research it,
you had free reign. You had free reign. It's like, just think about the brainstem. Remember when that was an issue a couple of years ago, and they put a whole to it, the whole cloning and all that shit.
Yeah,
Hitler would have gone, go with it. Just
he would have already been doing.
Oh shit, he would have done cloned himself 100,000 times.
Exactly. It was no holds barred. You know what? It was a no holds barred match with
Never know.
It
just
was
but wait, that doesn't mean it was right.
No,
that doesn't mean it was. I'm not saying it was right.
One rule, Hylia: do unto others as you want. You wouldn't do none of that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's a perfect saying. That's why you can't judge someone by anything until you talk to them and get to know who they are, and you can just you can kind of get the good people from the ones that are trying to get some shit from you. I get that. If I think they're trying to get something from me, I can almost know that instantly. Like
instantly, instantly, bro.
Something not right. You know what I mean?
You just know, Steve.
You just know. Me and you on the same page on that.
You just know.
I'm like, man, something's striking me wrong, man.
See, my thoughts about the Germans again is going back to them, trying to create. Go to space first. Is I think that they were the first ones. I mean, first Hitler wanted to make the missiles first of all to be able to track and where they're going. And I think he's the first one to think of this.
Yes, that's what I mean. In the process of him developing weapons, he was like, well,
if I
see, we want space
out there in space, I can shoot everyone from all given.
And then when they tried it, they're like, oh, you can't get out. Huh.
and here's the thing.
Oh man!
And how did we start tracking stuff? Do you guys know? Do you guys know who basically created the ability for things in the future like GPS, cell phones, and stuff, and Wi-Fi?
Yeah, the Germans.
No, for America, no. For America, it was Hedy Lamarr. She was an actress back in the 30s and 40s.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, you got this woman who's an actress who is basically starting the ball rolling for radar, internet. I mean, these things way into the future.
Oh,
and so that's one of the first people that actually came up with on our side, so to speak.
I've heard that before. I don't remember the story, but I have heard that.
So, but like we at that time we weren't thinking, hey, let's use this technology to go to the moon. We were thinking much smaller than these kind of things.
Example, D, your microwave. We're heating our food. Hitler's trying to heat people. Man, we can heat our food up and have it quicker. Hitler's like, shit, I can kill a whole bunch of people. Is that less cost effective?
Oh, the number of things he went through for just trying to learn to do that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that dude is. Yeah. He was definitely.
And you know what always gets me, Remo? The thing that gets me the most about this dude was he wanted to make a master race that wouldn't include himself. How the hell do you do that? It's not even based on you. At least base it on yourself.
Yeah, he was nuts.
He based it on blonde hair and blue eyes and all that shit.
But he
had black hair, so you automatically going to kill yourself, right? You're going.
I think a lot of people, including myself, believe he was in fact Jewish.
Yeah, because he hated it so much.
Yeah,
there's no way you could hate something unless you knew about it completely.
Yeah,
yeah, but that goes back to one of my other sayings, Remo. There's good and bad in every race, everything.
Absolutely,
there's good and bad.
Absolutely.
And when you figure that out, you don't see color. You go right to the. This is a good.
You're a dirty son.
With me, and we like to say, we listen. That's basically.
Yeah.
And politicians are here to divide you. You got to be on a team. When we're on our own team, y'all are goddamn enemies.
Exactly.
Y'all are wasting money. We that's better than y'all.
But see, that's the thing, though. It's like they take our money and they do all this research on things that we don't care about.
Don't care about dumb shit, you know.
And you're wasting money, like Hialeah said, it wasn't cost effective to keep going back and forth to the moon, but they kept trying in honor of us. Like, oh, look, we're going for the people, so we can go. We don't care if you get to the space before these people.
Well, but look at it this way. Do you remember all the shuttles?
Yeah,
all the shuttle missions. We didn't give a shit until one of the fuckers blew up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the first about 5 of them, I was all into. I wanted to be an astronaut because of the shuttles.
Yeah, but then
when that one blew up, I'm like,
when that shit blew up, you were like, oh
shit.
Yeah, this ain't Star Wars.
No, but they were going up with the shuttles, and they were going up, and everybody's just lost interest. It became old news. Until one of them blew up, and then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought as I got older though, and I wasn't really thinking of the whole not being able to get out of the Earth type of thing, but I felt like they did that because there was so much attention on it. Like we were paying so much attention. Like I remember being in like 4th grade or 5th grade or something crazy when that happened, and we watched it in class because it was a teacher going up.
Man, I didn't get to watch it in class. I found out in my 6th period science chemistry class, a guy comes in, he goes, "Hey man, what does NASA stand for?" I'm like, National Aeronautics. He goes, "Shut up, nerd. It means needs another 7 astronauts."
And that was quick.
That was fast. That was fast, bro. And you know what? I found out, I believe it was in 4th period because I was on lunch break. And
I remember that we were watching that shit live.
I didn't watch it. I found out afterwards. We were on lunch break, and somebody we were off. Remember when you could go off campus to have lunch?
Yeah.
We were in a little cafeteria. I was eating my pan con croqueta sandwich. And I was like, what? The shuttle blew up? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Hey, shut up. Oh.
Talk about a bunch of deflated kids.
Yeah.
Man, I was working when that happened, man. I was working.
Blew up and we were like,
that was my first Kennedy moment.
Yeah.
Where you were at? That was my first Kennedy moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that like it was yesterday. And I remember everybody was like, and I remember my teacher just walked up there and just turned it off.
Well, you know what? You know why you were probably watching it? Because it was all of Krista McCullough.
Yeah, no, it was a teacher. So they made us all watch it. They were like, "Oh, a teacher's going to space." So, and it blew up, and then everybody was like, and then the teacher was like, "Oh my god!" And she turned off the TV, and she was just like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry."
Dude, her parents looking at that still. There's a thing on Netflix about it. It's great. It's great. Her parents watching that is.
Yeah, you could tell the dad wasn't sure what had happened.
The mother knew.
Yeah, she picked up right away, and he was just kind of like, "Wait, what?" And he still kind of had a smile on his face. And
dude,
when I saw it, I knew immediately.
That still breaks my heart, man.
Yeah,
I just remember it shaking, and then all of a sudden, boom! It was so close. It was like we were watching exactly what was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It was focused on that the jet, like the biggest one, and we were watching. It was shaking, and all of a sudden it just went boom, and then it was like, and I remember for a split second I was like, oh well, maybe they can, like detach and float, but that whole thing just blew up, man. I was just like, oh,
dude, you know what's really sad about it also?
Watch the Netflix series.
Is most likely they survived on the way down. They didn't die immediately. Because there's actually, you can actually see the nose cone come loose, and they said some of them were trying to do something as they were going down. No, that was on the other one. But they said on the way down, you could tell they were still trying to do stuff on the way down. They said they probably died.
Or something.
They said they probably died on impact of the water, which is unbelievable to me. It's like, gosh.
I remember looking up in the sky and seeing it, the smoke and stuff, man. I was like,
yeah, you know what? I used to be able to watch the launch from my house.
Yeah, we could see all that shit, you know.
That is a dream of mine to see a space shuttle go up.
Look, I'm in Miami, and you could see it. Like if it was at night, like at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, heading out to work, and I go, oh shit, there's a launch, and I would look north, and you could see it going up in the night.
Hi, Leah. Do you remember hearing the boom and shaking?
Yeah. No. I never heard.
It'll go. You'll hear the sonic boom go boom, and it'll just jiggle a little bit. I'm sure Primo's like, man, that ain't shit compared to these earthquakes.
No, I'm too far. I was too far for that. I could see it. I could see the light going up, but I couldn't hear it.
That's crazy.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to find out when something is launching, and just to go down there, just
turns on the weather like that, man, doesn't it, Hialeah? 10 minutes to go, all the weather soft.
Oh, it's messed up after it takes off.
Times that happens.
Hey, man, you need to make it down here. We need to hang out, bro. Whenever the next con or some shit.
Yeah.
Remo, I ain't count on your ass, man.
Yeah. Hey, when I get back to San Diego, come on down to San Diego.
Yeah, definitely, man. We have to do that. We used to have a con out here in the Bay Area in San Jose. It's a small one, but they don't.
Hey, now you're like, I wish that shit was here, right? Like,
nah, it just been canceled it right before I was about to go.
I'm excited to go to this shit. It's probably some little ass shit, but
yeah, I would go just to go through the dollar bins and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then, but I always knew I could go. You know what I mean? And then now
always the option's always there.
Yeah,
it sucks when you can't do something, right?
Yeah, when they tell you can't, it's like what?
That's why when people go to jail, man, I'm like, how in the hell that sucks, man.
Hey, not for nothing, bro. But I can't imagine being somewhere and somebody telling me I can't leave.
Yeah.
Or I can't get up. I can't imagine that, dude. That's like my all-time fear.
Yeah.
Can you guys imagine? Wait, can you guys imagine being like hostages?
No.
Oh
my God!
I can't imagine somebody telling me I can't take a shower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if I don't want to take one, that's one thing. But if I can't,
last year when I had my hip replaced, I wasn't allowed to take a shower for 6 weeks. A sponge bath is not a shower.
No.
Hell no.
When they told me I could, when I could finally start putting a little weight on my hip, I was at my house. My brother was here just to be sure I didn't fall or anything. I was in the shower. Dave's like, "You all right, man?" I was like, "Shut up, man. This feels so good."
Right?
I'm running this hot water dry, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you. Can you guys imagine being tortured?
No.
No.
Oh, the worst I can imagine.
No pain, none, zero.
Waterboarding, I think would be the
on
worst.
all y'all.
Dude, okay, look.
They bent my finger. Shit, that's something over there.
Real quick. Okay, everybody thinks they're a badass, all right? And you know what? I'm gonna bring up McCain because McCain, they say he was a singer. You know, he sung because he got tortured.
Yeah, man.
Dude, they didn't gotta do too much shit for me to talk, bro.
Oh no. I'm squealing heartbeat.
I'm squealing my ass off, bro.
Hey, Hialeah, I'm going to tell a really quick story about my brother. He was over at my friend's house, hanging out in the front. A cop car comes pulling up. They grab my brother and throw him in the back.
What?
They grab him, put him in the back of the cop car, and they start questioning him. Do you know who broke into this house right here? And he knew because it was some kids from the neighborhood. My brother said, man, he goes, I told on them guys faster than he said, man, I was singing like, man. I told him, he did it. Now let me out.
Dude, everybody can say they're a badass, bro. But in that moment, dude, like the people that actually don't talk.
Hey, man, I'm a citizen.
Those people are badass, bro.
I'm telling.
If anybody get like a pair of pliers and they're just going to my nail, fuck that shit. What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
You wouldn't even have to do that. You remember on Rambo when he pulled out that big ass knife?
Fuck.
That would have been like, well, okay, so the coordinates are 32 due north 45.
You got that battery. When they got that battery and they got the two cables,
Yeah.
I see a spark. What do you need to know?
Hey, they lit your boy when they
You know
lit
what?
Riggs
I'll
up
take
when
it.
he
Come
was
on,
hanging
let's
up and they lit Riggs up. He's all fucking killing.
No, dude. Hey, I'm gonna tell you the one that scares the shit out of me the most in all the movies. Do you guys remember the Marathon Man?
Oh yeah.
I need to see that. I have not seen it yet.
I've never seen it, but it's long
You've
time.
never seen the Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman?
But it's got to be a long time. What's it about?
It's about this guy that he's after Joseph Mengele, and it might not be Mengele, but there's a Nazi scientist or doctor, and he swears that he's in. I think it's San Francisco. I think it's set in San Francisco. Oh, where you at? I think it's in. It might be New York. It's probably New York.
San Francisco, New York. Same thing.
One of those big cities.
No, it's in New York. It's in New York, and they're after this German scientist, that got away and all this. Oh my god, I don't want to ruin the movie if you guys haven't seen it, so I'm gonna leave it at that. You gotta watch
What's the one where
it was Laurence Olivier and Dustin Hoffman.
what was the one with Sean Penn? And he was smuggling drugs, and he got caught like in Turkey, smuggling cash.
No, that's not Sean Penn. That's
Was it Sean?
It's not Sean Penn. That's oh my god.
You know what I'm talking. You know what movie I'm talking about.
The Turkish prison.
Yeah, and they beat him with those phone books.
Yeah, bro. And his girlfriend goes to see him, and she shows him his tits, and he starts, beating.
Yeah.
Oh my god! What's the name of that movie, dude?
They caught him with like a little bit of hash, and they beat.
Yeah, it was hash.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
And he thought it was all good, and that dude walked up with that phone book and was like, boom!
Hey, Leah, what about
that whole movie, The Turkish Prison? Everybody says The Turkish Prison is from that movie, and I can't remember the movie, dude.
Leah, one of the best ones was the guy that was the Olympian runner, and the Japanese was torturing him and made him hold that big phone.
Oh, dude, that was
good, man.
The Olympic guy, yeah.
He would not give in, but just because he wouldn't give that guy the satisfaction, man.
Yeah, he kept fucking with him. Right?
Strong will, man.
I don't know, dude. I think I would have given that guy satisfaction really quick.
Yeah, he would have got it. I would have gave it to him.
Yeah.
Send me home. You're gonna send me home, right? Okay, here we go.
I can't remember the name of the freaking movie with the Turkish. You know what? Let me look.
Midnight Run, right?
Midnight Run is
Midnight Run. It's
Midnight Run, right?
Yeah, Midnight Run.
Not the one you're thinking about. You're thinking about the one with Robert De Niro.
Run with De Niro.
Yeah, not that one.
And Taggart was the other cop. And he kept, the guy kept stealing his cigarettes.
Yeah.
That was so funny,
Midnight Express. It was Midnight Express.
Midnight Express.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, Steven. The Niro was Midnight Run, but it was Midnight Express, yeah. Yeah,
that movie was awesome, man. At the very end, how your boy had the belt of money and gave that.
Yeah, he had all the money in there.
Wait, that shit was an awesome movie.
Hey, but that guy was a great act. That guy that played the felon or the
freaking what is his name?
So good.
God, I got to think of that guy's name, man.
I always want to say
I can't cheat. I'm not one of those guys that can look it up. I got my phone right here.
Not Andy Kaufman. It wasn't Andy Kaufman. It was
no, it's not Andy Kaufman.
Oh, no, Andy.
Who was it? I see his face too.
I know who he is, dude. He's been in a lot of that shit, but he's never been the main guy.
I'm gonna cheat.
Cheat. I'm gonna put something out real quick. What up? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna find it right here. I'm gonna find it on the. What up? Give me a second. This is what I love about Midnight Express. What up?
I know I saw that movie too, Harley. I know I remember that.
You gotta watch Marathon Man though, dude.
Man, I gotta write that one down.
Joe
Yeah, I need to look that
Pantoliano.
one up too.
Joe Pantoliano.
No, that's not the guy's name, dude.
Yeah, that was the.
Hey, what up? Listen real quick. That's Midnight Express.
Charles Goodwin.
Charles Goodwin, that's him.
Grodin.
Charles Grodin. Oh yeah.
Charles Grodin. But I was trying to think of his name in the movie. Remo was like he was like the something. He had a name.
Yes, you're right.
Name, and he was bigger than life. Remember when he flew the plane, Highly? He said, "You said you couldn't fucking fly." And he flew the plane.
That's a really good movie, man. Right?
Yes, that movie's awesome.
Really good movie. And then they got the bounty hunters going after him, and they're all fighting over him.
Yeah. And then, he goes, he's giving you how much? He was giving him more than the other one.
Yeah, he was paying them more.
And he's helping the Rhaenyra. Hey, man, you got to go watch your,
And
go
that's
to
who
your daughter.
he was the guy that was the giving the bounties out.
Yeah, he was paying like 3 or 4 different guys, and
Yeah,
they're all
I'll
chasing
give
each
you
other.
$100,000, and then he tells Highly, I'll give you $250,000. He goes,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, they were all chasing each other.
Dude, that movie's excellent.
Yeah.
It's
I've
like
not seen that in
the
forever.
guy's name. I got him. I can't remember his name, man. The guy's
And then,
name.
and then didn't he take the FBI's what is shield or some shit? Didn't he take the FBI guy's shield or some shit? De Niro, and he was using it. Dude, that movie's excellent. Dude.
Yeah. And the black guy that ran the FBI, he was
Yes.
taking Taggart cigarettes.
Kodo.
He told him, man, watch your
Yes.
cigarette, man. This guy.
Yeah, Kodo. It was Kodo.
Yeah, that movie was good. Man. I remember watching that. That was a good movie.
So we're doing a backstage live here, guys.
Okay, so we did Moon Landing, we did Flat Earth. What's next?
Oh, that's all for tonight. already put in the chat now, just chatting fun. That's all we're doing now. I put that a while back.
Thinking about cool ass movies.
Dude, you guys gotta watch freaking Marathon, man. I cannot believe you guys have not watched that. Have you ever got? You guys
I've seen it. That was a long time ago.
have you ever seen the boys?
Let's back out of this and just talk backstage.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay,
Do it.
we're out of here.